Valid argument is not a tautology, but the conditional statement of all the premises with the conclusion when it is taken, that is a tautology. Then you say that the given argument, how do we write it? P1, we write it as P1, P2 and Pn. We have n premises, okay, and we have a conclusion called as C, and we take conjunction every time, P1 and P2 and Pn. Okay, every time you will take the conjunction of all the premises. No other connective is to be used, because we want to form a series of all the premises, P1 and P2 and P3 and Pn, and therefore some conclusion you are making. Okay, and therefore when we consider this particular conditional statement, this I can rewrite as P implies Q. Okay, and when this is a tautology, we say that argument is valid, right? Correct? Have you understood it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yesterday I had given you one example. Has anyone done that? The first one was very easy as it had only two statements, two propositions. Now I want to do the second one. Can anyone tell me what was the second one?
P and Q
P and Q.
implies R.
P and Q implies R, comma.
Q and negation R.
Q and negation R. And the conclusion was?
Negation P.
Negation P. Okay. So how many premises are there, girls? How many premises are there?
5.
Is it? Is it? What is a premise I told you?
No.
There are only two premises. There are only two premises. Premises may be simple propositions or compound propositions. Okay. So there are only two premises and we have to take conjunction of these two. But instead of taking conjunction, we will just prepare the corresponding truth tables. Okay. How many simple statements are involved?
And R.
P, Q and R. Right. There are three simple statements. P, Q, R. Then what else we need? We need negation R also. Whatever you need basically that you have to write. Then negation P we need. Yes. Then what else we need? Let me write the negation P column at the end because it is our conclusion. Okay. So let us write it at the end. Let us first write our premises. So which first column
P
I should
and
make?
Q.
I should make
P
P
and
and
Q.
Q. Yes. Then next column.
P and Q implies R.
Correct. Next.
Q and negation R.
Q and negation R. And the last one is my negation P. That is my conclusion, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let us prepare the truth table. How I have told you to remember the truth values for 3 now. There are how many rows will be there?
4.
There will be how many rows will be there? How many simple statements you have? P, Q, R. 3 statements. So how many rows will be there in the truth table?
8.
8. 2 raised to 3. Right? So you have to make 1/2 of that. Okay. You have to make 1/2 of that. In the first column, you will write 4 times T and 4 times F. Second column, you have to write 2 times T and 2 times F. Right? And in the third column, that is the last column, you have to write TF, TF, TF alternatively. alternatively. Okay, this is how one can make the basic columns. Next, negation R, FT, 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 FT. Yeah, quickly tell me what is P and Q. P and Q table. First column and second column. Do you hear me?
T T F बाकी सब F.
Baki sub F. Only first two rows are having both the premises true. So conjunction is true when both the premises are true. Otherwise, it is always false. Right? Next, now here I will change the color. Yeah, P and Q implies R. Here order is very important. In the conditional statement, P and Q is the first statement and R is the second statement. So order is very important. Yes, P and Q implies R. T implies
T
T. What is T? T
F
implies F is F.
T
F implies T is T.
T T T. All are T. Last one is
Last one is also
F.
T. Why? F implies F
No,
is
it's
T, no?
true. Yes, ma'am.
P implies Q conditional statement is false only when P is true and Q is false. Okay?
Yes.
Otherwise, it is true everywhere. So, this is my first premise, isn't it? This is my
Yes,
first
ma'am.
premise. This is my second premise.
Second.
This is my conclusion. Now, Q and negation are. Q and negation are. So, this column
F
and this column I have to make conjunction. So, F,
F T
T,
T. All F.
no,
F
no, F, it's
F
only F.
F F F
F,
हाँ F T
F.
T T
T.
F F.
F.
Now, conclusion is negation P. That is the negation of the first column.
Negation.
So that will
Yes.
be F, F,
F.
Four F
F.
4 T.
Yesterday we saw two methods to check the validity. One method is you can extend this truth table to take P1 and P2. Okay, you can take conjunction of these two, P1 and P2. So you can have one more column and then take conditional statement of this conjunction with conclusion. So two more columns you can add. But see, it becomes very infeasible or difficult sometimes if you have many more compound propositions. You understand my point? So instead of that, I mean checking whether it is a tautology, P1 and P2 and Pn gives conclusion or implies conclusion, taking that particular conditional statement and checking whether it is a tautology, that becomes very long procedure. So one should avoid that. We can find out the meaning in that, and we had written yesterday, if you remember, that if all the premises are true and the conclusion is also true, then we say that argument is valid. If all the premises are true but the conclusion is false, argument is invalid. So here we will try to find out the row in which both my premises, there are only two premises now, so both premises are true. So first row, both premises are true. Are you getting? In the first row, here
Yes, ma'am.
I'm talking about this row. No, the premises, both the premises are not true, right?
Ma'am, last.
No, I am just checking row wise. In the first row, both premises are not true, right?
Yes.
Second row, both premises are not true. This is F, this is T. Third row, this is also not true. Okay. Fourth row, both the premises are not true. Sixth row, yes, both my premises are
Yes, ma'am.
true, right? Both my premises are true, and then I will check what happens with my conclusion in the same row. See, what is happening with my conclusion? The conclusion is also True.
True.
There is only one row where I am getting both my premises true as well as conclusion true, and therefore the given argument is valid. Do you find it a better method than considering the conjunction of all the premises and taking its conditional statement with conclusion? Do you find this
Yes,
better?
ma'am. Yes.
All of you understood, first of all, tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Typical students
Yes.
answer my question.
Understood.
Okay, so what you will write in the end? What you will write? How will you conclude your answer?
Row
In
in row
row
6,
6,
the premises are true
all,
and
say
condition
all premises are true.
and conclusion is also true.
And conclusion is
So the
also
argument
true.
is valid.
Argument is valid.
Therefore, argument is valid. Okay? Yes. So see, girls, this type of question, when you have three propositions P, Q, and R, okay? P, Q, R can come for 4 marks. This is a 4 marks question, okay? Where 2 marks are allotted for your truth table, 1 mark is allotted for the reason you have given. This is the reason you are making that, or the facts you are finding out from the table, that all the premises are true, and what happens with the conclusion, and what is your conclusion, then what is your answer, argument is valid or invalid. 1 mark is allotted to this, okay? If you have more simple propositions than 3, P, Q, R, S, suppose 4 propositions are there, and you have many more premises. With 3 propositions also, if you have many more premises, say 4 to 5 premises, then the same question can be asked for 8 marks. Okay, so you have to be very alert while constructing the truth table. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you will do one word problem first, you will convert into symbolic form, and then you check the validity of the argument, okay, on your own. Yes. Mm, yes, write down. I'm not writing the whole statement on the board. I'm dictating you, okay? Right. If interest rates are low, if interest rates are low, then housing starts will be up. Finish writing.
मॅम अजून एकदा परत बोला ना.
If interest rates are low, comma, then housing starts will be up, comma, then marriage rates will be high. Then marriage rates will be high. Full stop diya. Should I tell the second one? Second statement. Next statement.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever interest rates are low, whenever interest rates are low, the economy is good. The economy is good. Full stop. However, however, just a minute. Yes. Whenever interest rates are low, the economy is good. Finished with this one?
Yes, ma'am.
However, the economy is too good. However, the economy is good, लिखो बस. However, the economy is good. Full stop. Therefore, marriage rates must be low. Therefore, marriage rates must be low. Yes. So, dig out the simple propositions from this argument first of all. What are the simple propositions that you can see? Girls, be quick. You want to complete this one.
Then,
First one is interest rates are low, right? First, find
yes,
out the simple propositions hidden here. Okay. Then what is Q? Housing starts will be up. Okay, this is another statement we are making. Then we can have R.
marriage rate will be.
Marriage rates will be high. And there is one more. What is that?
Whenever interest rate are low.
Economy is economy is good, right? So these four simple statements are there, and the argument contains compound statements which are made up of these simple statements. Okay. So what is the first one? If interest rates are low, means if P, then what is given to you? Then Q and R both are happening. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
So the our first compound statement is P implies Q and R. If interest rates are low, then housing starts will be up, then marriage rates will be high. That means both the things are happening if P happens. Then next compound statement, what is it? Whenever interest rates are low, the economy is good. So whenever means what? If interest rates are low, then economy is good, right? Yes.
Ma'am.
So what is it? P implies
P implies
Yes.
S.
S.
Ah. And what is the third premise? However, the economy is good. That means economy is good. S. Simple. However, the economy is good. You understand this? And
Yes,
whatever
ma'am.
comes after the words therefore, so, thus, that is your
Conclusion.
conclusion. Yes, correct. That is your conclusion. So, what is the conclusion here? Therefore, marriage rates must be low. So what is that?
Conclusion.
Ah.
Negation R.
Okay, marriage rates will be
R.
negation. Correct. So this is my first premise. P1.
Ma'am,
Yes.
वो first premise और एक बार explain करो ना.
Yeah. First premise, what is given? If interest rates are low, then housing will be up, then marriage rates will be high. So if interest rates are low, then both these things are happening. Okay. Okay. Housing
Yes,
starts
ma'am.
to be up and marriage rates will be high. This is what I understand from this. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Have you understood the premises? How many simple statements are there now? There are four simple statements. So how many rows you will have in the truth table?
16.
16 rows you will have in the truth table, correct. So P, Q, R. Then you need Q and R. Negation R we will make at the
Q
end.
and R.
Q and R first we will require. Q and R. Then we
P
require
implies Q and R. P implies S. मैम S भी है.
भी है.
S.
S है ना? S लिखा है क्या मैंने?
Yes, ma'am. S है.
So P, Q, R, S. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, there is a trick. Instead of 16 columns, you make only few columns. Okay, 16 rows, sorry. You make only few rows. But as we are doing the first problem using four statements, four propositions, let us not save our efforts. Let us do it. Can you quickly make 16 rows? 16 rows means in the first column you have 8 times t. Okay, we can do it in parts. फर्स्ट पार्ट हम इस पेज पे करते हैं, सेकेंड पार्ट सेकेंड पेज पे करते हैं. ओके, फर्स्ट आई एम राइटिंग 8 टाइम्स टीज. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, बस इतना ही करते हैं. हाँ, आर यू गेटिंग इट और शुड आई राइट द कंप्लीट वन? Can you see the whole table?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So I have written, see, this is 8 times. These two portions you can concentrate, okay? ये दो ऐसे में parts बना लूँ so you can understand it easily. Then here, what you have? You have 4 times T and 4 times F. Okay? Again 4 times T, 4 times F. Then here, in R column, what you will have? 2 times T, 2 times F. Okay? T, T, F, F. This should be T, huh? Sorry. This should be T and this should be F. Yeah, and the last one, TF, 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 TF. Yes, what is Q and R? Can anyone tell me quickly Q and R? It is T, T, F, F. आप ऐसी दो रोज ढूंढो जहां पे both are true, otherwise it is false. Girls, do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
तो बताओ ना जल्दी.
Yes, ma'am.
Which which rows you will have T in Q and R? These first two rows, because दोनों TT है, यहाँ पे भी दोनों TT है. देखो 9th and 10th row, तो यहाँ पे भी TT आएगा. Otherwise it is false everywhere. Okay? Because it is conjunction. Conjunction is true only when both the statements are true. Next, P implies Q and R. Yes, P implies Q and R. मतलब ये कॉलम देखो और ये कॉलम आपको कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना है. This column to this column. TT is T, TT is T, TF is T implies F.
False, ma'am. False.
So this is false, then false,
False. False.
false.
True. 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 True.
Right? Next, P implies S. That means now this. P implies S. Second and fourth column.
T F
T, F,
E F
T F
T,
T
F,
F T F.
T F
second and fourth, huh? करेक्ट लिखा है क्या मैंने बताओ. And conclusion is F F T T. Negation R आपको करना है. F F T T, F F T T, F F T T, F F T T. Okay, now concentrate on the last three columns only. In the last three columns, do you get a row where your premises are true? In the first row, what do you see? In the first row, what do you see in the first row? Both your premises are true, right?
मैम
हाँ.
P implies S में नहीं क्या मैम फॉल्स है वहाँ पे.
अरे P implies S है ना वो. सॉरी मैंने Q implies S बनाया क्या?
T F T F T F T F.
एक मिनट. P implies S, na? It is not Q implies S, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I told you to make Q implies S. Sorry. It should be P implies S. First and fourth column. So what is the answer? Can you tell me?
TF.
T F कस
TF,
first and fourth column. T F.
F. TF.
TF, TF.
TF. मॅम ते आवाज इको होतोय मॅम.
तुमचा पण आवाज चालू आहे ना, त्यामुळे इको होतोय. T T T T. You just check whether I'm writing it correctly or not. T T T T. It is correct now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then also in the first row, you can see both your premises are true. But your conclusion is false, right? Any other row where you are getting your premises true?
Second last.
Yeah, see, there are many more rows. See, this row, see, these rows. There are many more rows. So what is happening here? See, everywhere, both your premises are true, but either your conclusion is false or your conclusion is true. This should not happen, no? Are you getting the point?
Ma'am.
Huh?
S is also premise, na?
No. हाँ, S is also premise, ना? वो हमने यहाँ पे नहीं लिखा. Okay, okay. So these rows will get reduced, right? So this is one row. I can consider all my premises are true, but my conclusion is false, right? Here, what is happening here in this row also? Okay, so I will consider this row also. I will not consider this row because S is false. I will consider this row because S is true. I will not consider this row. Then I will consider this row also because my S is also true, not this row. Then I will consider this row and not this row. Okay, so the ticked rows, if you see, row number 1, then row number 9, row number 11, row number 13, row number 15. Okay, what do you observe in these rows? What is happening in 11th row? See girls, 11th row में क्या हो रहा है? 11th row, yes, 11th row में क्या हो रहा है? All your premises are true. Conclusion is also true. But in 9th row, 1st row, 13th row, all your premises are true, but the conclusion is false. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is a contradictory situation, right? कि एक रो में क्या हो रहा है, सारे प्रीमाइसेस ट्रू हो रहे हैं, कंक्लूजन भी ट्रू हो रहा है. दूसरी रो में क्या हो रहा है, प्रीमाइसेस ट्रू हो रहे हैं लेकिन कंक्लूजन फॉल्स हो रहा है. So this is a contradictory situation and this happens because your argument is invalid. Okay, so you have to make reason, you have to give the reasons. कौन सी रोज है वो स्पेसिफाई करो. रोज कौन सी रो में है देखो.
11, 12.
नहीं, पहले ट्रू का लिखो. रो 11 एंड रो 15. रो 11 and row 15. What you have? Row 11 and 15. Premises true and conclusion is also true. But rows कौन सी थी वो? First row, 9th row and 13th row. Premises are true, but conclusion is false, right? Therefore contradiction, right? and therefore argument is invalid. Have you understood the technique?
Yes, ma'am.
Truth table में हमें क्या देखना है? What is moral of the story? That you have to find out a row in which all the premises are true and you have to check what happens with your conclusion. Okay? So we can stop here, I think, because it's 8:59.